What is going on, gamers? Welcome back to the Dom Gaming channel. My name is Eric, and as always, I do want to say thank you guys so much for taking a couple of minutes out of your day to come spend it with me. In today's video, we're going to talk about everything that you need to know before you watch the Halo Infinite reveal trailer coming out this Thursday on July 23rd. We have a lot to get into though, so before we get started, if you guys like the video at any point, make sure you smash that like button, and of course subscribe with the bell notification on so you guys never miss any future Halo content. With all that out of the way though, let's go ahead and get it started. I will see you guys at the end of the video.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS.
Halo Infinite is just a few months out, and it is by far 343 Industries' most important game they have ever developed. With the reveal of the game coming out in July 23rd, this Thursday coming up, I decided I would put together a video where we could look over all of the known information that's come out over the past couple of years. Halo Infinite is the much anticipated sequel to Halo 5, and whether you hated it or loved it, many fans are excited to see what's coming next for the Master Chief. For years now, we've had no gameplay come out and been fed very little information. However, this is what we do know about the game so far. For starters, we're going to go ahead and talk about the gameplay. Now, as mentioned before, there is no gameplay trailers, so I'm not going to talk about whether or not it's high mobility or not high mobility. That's a useless conversation until we see a trailer for the multiplayer or for the campaign like this coming Thursday. But we do know a few of the elements, so I figured we should go over it real quick. What I know of so far is that campaign will be featuring split screen, and there is a potential that multiplayer will be featuring it again as well. To what limit, I'm not sure, but I would assume it's going to be 4 players just like in the past. Another thing that we do know of is that Frank O'Connor has confirmed that Battle Royale will not be featured at launch with Halo Infinite. However, I do suspect that it will be something that comes to the game later on. He did allude to the fact that 343 Industries is planning on doing some large-scale multiplayer elements to Halo Infinite, and he even said that a Battle Royale mode is possible with Forge, so you never know. The important thing to note though with all this is, like I said, there really hasn't been any gameplay shown, so we can't really determine what it's going to be like. Personally, I believe it's going to be a high mobility based game only because that's the way that they've directed Halo since 2010, but that's just my opinion. Moving on from the gameplay though, we're going to talk a little bit about the music. Now the music is very subjective. I will say this. The biggest thing that I took away from the 2 trailers that incorporated the music at the beginning, both the first trailer that dropped in 2018 and then the second one in 2019, is that the music sounded and it felt more like Halo than Halo has felt in years. And I know that's a subjective opinion. I know that sounds are all different for everybody, so that's not going to be something that we can really debate per se, because what you feel sounds like Halo and what I feel sounds like Halo are 2 different things. But the classic style does feel like, in my opinion, that it's coming back. But beyond that, because we have no other types of trailers out, it's just hard to say what the music's really going to be like, or if the main theme is coming back or anything like that. Now, moving on to the art style, we do know a lot because of the trailers. The trailers clearly show a brand new style of Master Chief, and by brand new, I mean brand new in the sense of the past 10 years, because he looks a lot like the Halo 3 Master Chief and even the Halo Legends Master Chief, which is something that's very interesting to me because it says that they're going to be going back to that art style that everybody's been asking them to do for years. One of the things I loved about Halo Wars 2, which released a couple of years ago in 2017, is that it really did a good job of blending both the classic art style and the new 343 art style. So I wouldn't be opposed to seeing something like that with Halo Infinite. Regardless of how it turns out though, I do believe it's going to be a very good looking game with the new Slipspace engine, and I think the music should be pretty darn good as well. So getting into the very last thing that's on my list for today, I really wanted to talk about the story before I let you guys go. And one of the biggest things about the story with Halo 5 was how much it split the fan base down the middle, a lot like how the sequel trilogy did for the Star Wars fan base. Many fans were just not left very excited for Halo 6, and myself was included in that group. This time around, we do know that Halo Infinite is going to be more of a spiritual reboot for the franchise of sorts. which should be interesting because 343 says that anybody who's played the old games is going to be understanding exactly what's going on, but anybody that's new to the games is going to be able to understand as well, a lot like how we felt when we played Halo 1 for the first time. I, for one, am very interested to see how they pull that off. As for the timeline for the game, it takes place a few years after Halo 5 ends, and with the recent reveal of the Banished being in the game, it goes without saying that it's likely after Halo Wars 2 as well. I personally would like to see Atriox in the game. A lot of people are saying he won't be, but I think it would be a missed opportunity to not have Atriox go up against Master Chief. He is easily one of the best villains we've had in years in Halo. Speaking of the Banished, who else thinks that they caused all of this destruction? As for any other factions that'll be in the game, for enemies, we do know that Cortana is in the game. We don't know to what extent, but I would assume that also means the Created will be one of the enemies that we have to face up against, because humanity has been fighting them for a couple of years after Halo 5 ends. One interesting bit though will be the Flood. Considering that in all the Halo lore I have ever read or heard of, the Flood is contained in Halo rings, it seems pretty likely that they're going to be returning because of the fact that a Halo ring is in the Discover Hope trailer. Plus we get this cute little pug that's making really creepy, scary noises that was recorded by 343 Industries a couple years ago. Sounds a lot like the Flood to me. Our protagonists for this story this time around are clearly Master Chief and this pilot. However, beyond that, we really don't know who else is going to be involved in the game. Now, for some speculation, I am fairly certain that Locke is going to be returning in some fashion, and of course Lasky and his crew with the Infinity will be returning as well, but beyond that we really don't know. Personally, I think this is a great opportunity for them to bring back some old characters like Lord Hood, or bear with me here, maybe even 343 Guilty Spark himself. Who knows? I mean, crazier things have happened. Regardless of what happens, guys, there is one thing that can be absolutely certain. Halo is coming back stronger than ever in 2020. The Xbox Series X is launching later this year, and Halo Infinite will be a launch title for the console, and I for one am very excited to see what they have in store for us both this Thursday and when the game launches.
We need to run!
No, we need to fight. Get ready.
And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you drop a comment below with your predictions for what's going to happen on Thursday. And of course, if you guys liked the video at any point, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe with the bell notification on so you never miss a future video. Before you guys go, if you didn't know, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll leave the link in the description below. Make sure to drop by and say what's up. And stay tuned as I'll be recording my full reaction to the Halo trailer when it drops. It should be pretty fun. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, gamers, stay awesome and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. And with that, guys, I just spit on myself.